Private schools should open up their multi-million-dollar facilities to public school students, according to New South Wales Education Minister Rob Stokes.
Now, the Daily Telegraph is reporting that Mr Stokes says that the best facilities should be on offer to all students, no matter what school they go to. Joining us to discuss this, Chris Smith from Macquarie Radio and commentator Gretel Killeen. Morning to you both. This is interesting. On the face of it, sounds fair enough, unless perhaps you're paying the big money to send your kids to these private schools and you think, no, we want to make sure our kids have got it all to themselves.
This is so not fair enough. This is a case. Rob Stokes reminds me of Malcolm Turnbull. He is this wonderful socialist who's just arrived at the wrong party. Yeah. You know, he went to the wrong door. This is ridiculous. As a parent, who pays for the sports facilities, the basketball courts, the libraries and the art? Parents do, through donations and exorbitant school fees. Now, if he was doing his job, he'd equipped the state schools a lot better and they would have better art and sports facilities. Other than that, these schools also, and this is the other big barrier that would have to be jumped over, the other thing is they supply their demand. In other words, they build an art facility to fill it with their own students. Yeah. Now, when is the basketball court or the swimming pool going to be open? When their students are using these facilities? It's a dumb idea.
Gretel, if the Smiths at number 36 have a swimming pool, they can choose to let the neighbours' kids come in, or they can choose not to. Shouldn't it be the same with schools?
I think this is interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of us want to go into the first-class lounge with Qantas. And I think everybody should. I think we should all be allowed to have lunch in the Macquarie Bank lunchroom. I mean, it sounds like someone who's got an election on the horizon, somebody who wants to let everybody know. In theory, yes, we should all have access to this. But let's have a different incentive. Rather than it being imposed, some private and independent schools are already providing their facilities for the community. Let it be their decision. Imposing it is ridiculous. How does it affect insurance? How does it affect maintenance? It's a costly thing. I think a bit of respect also for the parents that have contributed, as you said, a lot of money to this.
We agree.
Yeah, and perhaps looking at times when they're not... when the facilities aren't being used by the kids at that school and saying, look, if you want to use it between 5 and 5:30, if it doesn't work for you, well,
and I think also
to
get a clear picture of what a lot of the independent schools actually do for communities, do for other children who come from difficult situations with scholarships. It's not all greed, but sometimes that perspective is illustrated. And anyway, I think an incentive where they can choose.